Hello friends, I welcome you in our third lecture of root locus. Here before we have completed 3 rules. So let us go for next rule. Okay, rule number 4. Rule number 4 is about asymptotes. Basically, what are the asymptotes? Asymptotes are the guidelines for branches of root locus approaching to infinity. Okay, so that means asymptote shows the way for root locus which is approaching to infinity, in which direction they should go to infinity. Okay, so basically we need to find out angle of asymptote and location of asymptote. That means rule number 4 and rule number 5 we study this combinedly. So what is asymptote and what are the angle of asymptote and location of asymptote? See here I'm considering one example, like suppose g of s into h of s equal to suppose k by s plus 1 s plus 2 plus 2j s plus 2 minus 2j. Okay, this is the example of one real pole and two complex pole. So basically we have three poles, 1 2 3, and the values of poles are minus 1, s plus 1 equal to 0, so s is equal to minus 1, then s equal to minus 2 minus 2j, minus 2 minus 2j, and third one minus 2 plus 2j, minus 2 plus 2j. Okay, and we don't have 0, we do not have 0 here. First of all, for asymptote we'll find angle of asymptote. The formula is twice q plus 1 into 180 divided by p minus z, where this q is starting from 0 to 1 2 up to p minus z minus 1. This is the value of q. Okay, and q is depends on number of poles and zeros available. Starting value of q is 0 and end value, last value is p minus z minus 1. So q will be p minus z minus 1. P is 3, 1 2 3. Okay, and z is 0, so 3 minus 0, 3 minus 1, that is 2. So q is equal to 2. So start from 0, then 1 and 2. Q have three values only, 0 1 2. How it is to be find out? P minus z minus 1, that will be the last value of q. So p is 3, z is 0 and minus 1. So 3 minus 0 minus 1, that is 2. So q is equal to 2, that means 0 1 2. If we got q is equal to 3, so start from 0 1 2 3. Okay, so for these three values we have to find out three angles, theta 1 theta 2 theta 3. So theta 1 equal to theta 1, put q is equal to 0, then q is equal to 1 and put q is equal to 2 at last. So ultimately we will get three values. So for q is equal to 0, put here 0, 2 into 0 0, 0 plus 1, so 1 into 180 divided by p minus z, that is 3 minus 0, so 180 by 3, that is 60 degree. Got it? I repeat, put q is equal to 0, so 2 into 0 0 plus 1 1, 1 into 180 divided by p minus z, that is 3 minus 0, so 180 by 3, 180 by 3 equal to 60 degree. Now theta 2, for theta 2 put q is equal to 1, so it will be 2 into 1 plus 1 into 180 divided by p minus z, that is 3. So 2 plus 1 3, 3 into 180 divided by 3, 3 3 get cancelled, so it become 180 degree. Theta 2 is 180. And last one, theta 3, because we have three values of q, 0, 1, 2, theta 3. So put q is equal to 2 in this equation. So 2 into 2, okay, 2 into q, so 2 into 2 plus 1 into 180 divide by 3 p minus z. So what we will get? 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5 into 180 divided by 3. What is the value of this? 60 here and 300 degree. So theta 3 comes out to be 300 degree. So theta 1 60 degree, theta 2 180 degree, and theta 3 300 degree. It depends wholly upon q is equal to 0 to p minus z minus 1. Okay. If you got value of q up to 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, that means a 4 angle to be found out. Okay. So asymptote theta. Then for asymptote, we need to find out location. Rule number 4 deals with the angle of asymptote. Rule number 5 is location of asymptote. And formula for location of asymptote is summation of real part of pole, summation of real part of pole minus summation of real part of 0 divided by p minus z. That is the rule. Okay. Sigma is equal to summation of real part of pole minus summation of real part of 0 divided by p minus z. Then what is mean by real part, imaginary part? Real part, suppose we have this pole s plus 2 plus 2j. In this 2 is real and 2j is imaginary. So we have to consider only real part, whether it is a pole or 0. Only consider real part. Okay. So I am collecting all real part of pole. So sigma is equal to summation of real part of pole. We have pole s plus 1, s plus 2 plus 2j, and s plus 2 minus 2j. So real part, first one is a minus 1, this one. Then from this plus minus 2, only minus 2 will collect. Then from third pole again minus 2. Don't consider 2j, that is the imaginary part. So this is a real part of pole minus summation of real part of 0. We don't have any 0 here, so 0 divide by p minus z. P is 3, 1, 2, 3, and we don't have again 0, so 0 equal to minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 2, minus 5 divided by 3. It comes out to be minus 1.666 or 1.67. Okay. Minus 5 by 3. So this is about the angle of asymptote and location of asymptote. We have calculated angles and sigma. For graph, when we draw root locus, okay, when we draw a root locus, we will first locate our sigma, that is location of asymptote. It is at minus 1.67. So suppose 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is minus 1.67. Suppose here. So show here sigma is equal to minus 1.57. Okay. And what next? Next is angle of asymptote. We got three angles, 60, 180 and 300. So from this location, show your asymptote or the simply lines by showing theta is equal to 60 degree, then 180 degree and 300 degree by counting actually. Okay. So theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. These are the angles. So what are these asymptote means? Along which your root locus will pass, parallel to these or overlapping to this. These asymptote shows the way or the route by which your root locus will follow to infinity, approach to infinity. So these are your asymptotes, angle of asymptote, and this is a location of asymptote. Got it? I hope you are getting this. So this is rule number 4, angle of asymptote, and this is rule number 5, the location of asymptote. Okay, sigma. Next rule is about breakaway point. Rule number 6, breakaway point. So let us go through the statement first. Breakaway point. It is a point where two or more roots occur for a particular value of k. The root locus branches always leave breakaway point at an angle of plus minus 180 by n, where n is number of branches approaching breakaway point. What does it mean? Basically, breakaway point means what? Suppose this is a graph, there is one pole, and suppose second pole is here. Okay, what I told you, that root locus always start from pole and end on 0. So suppose here one 0 is present, two imaginary 0 and two real pole are present in numerical. Okay, so root locus always start from pole. So suppose root locus will start in this direction. From here root locus will start from here in this direction, and they are approaching towards each other. Somewhat here they will collide. Okay, one pole is here, another pole is here, and root locus started from this pole and this pole. If they are coming towards each other, somewhere at this point they will collide with each other, they will split up. Okay, and will approach to 0. Here root locus will end. Starting point of root locus is pole and end point is 0. So one root locus will start in this direction, second root locus starting in this direction, they will collide here and end on 1 0, and another end on another 0. So this collision point is a breakaway point. They will break and go away from each other. Okay, so this rule is about the breakaway point. Okay, so there are certain steps to calculate breakaway point. Okay, determination of breakaway point. So point number 1 is construct characteristic equation. We know very well characteristic equation 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. Okay, next one, then from that equation, from characteristic equation, write the equation for the value of k. It will be cleared in numerical or the example when we consider. Third one, whatever the equation you write in terms of k, differentiate that equation with respect to s. Okay, and after that differentiation, find out the roots of that equation. Roots of equation will give you breakaway point. Okay, I will not elaborate this. Directly we will consider one example, and let me show you how breakaway point is to be calculated. Okay, suppose one example is there, g of s into h of s equal to k by s, s plus 1, s plus 4. Okay, this is example. So first find out number of poles and 0. Poles are 3, 1 2 3, and the values are 0, then minus 1 and minus 4. Okay, how many zeros are present? No 0 is present. Okay, 0. Then we are calculating break away point, a point where two root locus will come, will strike each other, that means collide with each other and go away from each other. So breakaway point, first step is characteristic equation. So 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. So I'm writing given in this form. So 1 plus g of s h of s is k by s, s plus 1, s plus 4 equal to 0. Simply solve this. 1 plus k by s square. I'm solving these two brackets, so s square plus s, second bracket is s plus 4 equal to 0. Again writing k by s square into s, so s cube plus s square into 4, 4s square plus s into s square plus 4s equal to 0. Then cross multiplying, so whole term multiplying by 1, so s cube plus 4s square plus s square, that is 5s square plus 4s, this term into 1, again 1 into k plus k, okay, divide by same term equal to 0. Cross multiplication with this term with 0 will be 0. So s cube plus 5s square plus 4s plus k equal to 0. This is your characteristic equation. Okay, this is the first step. After characteristic equation, write this equation for the value of k. That means k equal to, here equation is s cube plus 5s square plus 4s plus k equal to 0. So k equal to minus in bracket whole equation s cube plus 5s square plus 4s. That's it. Okay. And next step, step number 1, find out characteristic equation. Step number 2, write equation for value of k, that is k equal to this, and differentiate this k with respect to s. So dk by ds equal to, dk by ds is equal to minus, differentiate this equation with respect to s, so 3s square plus 10s plus 4 and equate with 0. Okay, so minus sign will goes to the 0, so 3s square plus 10s plus 4 equal to 0. Okay, and find out roots of equation on calci directly. So you will get s equal to minus 0.46 and s equal to minus 2.86. Okay, after you can solve this equation directly on calci. So now we got two roots, that is the 2 points. Among these two, one may be valid breakaway point and one is invalid breakaway point. So we have to find valid breakaway point. How it is to be found out? We already discussed rule number 3, that is existence of root locus. Okay, what was that? On one graph, put all your poles and zeros. We have 0, -1 and -4, 3 poles. So I'm plotting 0, -1 and -4. Or these are the poles, that's why I marked it by cross. Okay, we don't have 0, that's it. Then we are discussing existence of root locus, rule number 3. Region are starting from infinity, so infinity to 0, 0 to -1, -1 to -4 and -4 to minus infinity. These are the regions. Okay, next check in this region infinity to 0 whether it is a root locus region or non-root locus region. How we are finding it? Put one point in that region and check on right hand side of that point. Okay, anywhere in a region, put your pen tip and check on right hand side. There is no pole or 0 present, that's why this is a non-root locus region. Okay, then next region is 0 to -1. Again put one point, check on right hand side. On right hand side of this point there is one pole. This is not the pole, this is a pole. Okay, so count is one pole, one is odd figure, so this is root locus region, 0 to -1. Okay, next -1 to -4, we have to check this region now. So put one point in this region, check on right hand side of that point. So right hand side of this point, 1, 2 pole are present. Okay, 2 pole are present, so this region is 2 is even figure, so it is NRL, non-root locus. We always want odd figure, so 1 and 2, sorry, 1, 2, this is a even figure, this is a non-root locus region. Last region is -4 to minus infinity. Put one point again, check on right hand side, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, where you are pointing your tip on right hand side, you should check. So on right hand side 1 2 3, 3 is odd figure, that's why it is a root locus region. Okay, when you completed your root locus region, put these breakaway point that you have calculated already. So minus 0.46, where it will come minus 0.46, it will come 0 to minus 1. Okay, suppose here, so it is lying in root locus region, so it is valid, it is a valid breakaway point. Now for minus 2.86, where it is lying, minus 2.86 is lying between minus 1 to minus 4 anywhere. Suppose this is a 2, this is a 3, so minus 2.86 lying in a non-root locus region, so it is invalid breakaway point. So we want this breakaway point. Okay, so plot this point, suppose here. Okay, drag one arrow and show be a point equal to minus 0.46. Okay, this is about the breakaway point. Remaining rules we will discuss in next lecture. So thank you.